And welcome back. Kind of appropriate with the weather outside that we start our Sportscast with hockey tonight. On the back of a 19-game win streak, the Aberdeen Wings have had the best season in team history this year, one which they hope will end on a championship streak in the Robertson Cup playoffs. Zach Borg has more.
Seasons are in part measured by their streaks.
A third of our season was basically all one in a row.
Making the Aberdeen Wings' remarkable 19-game win streak from November 30th through February 1st hard to fathom.
In the span of a 60-game season, we're one short of 1/3 of the season. I think it's incredible.
Even wilder is that they ended the regular season on a run of 11 straight wins, finishing their best campaign ever at 47-10-2-1. Their 97 points, the second most in the 2014 NAHL.
This is the deepest team I've had in Aberdeen. We go four lines that can play with everybody's top line, and when we're on, we're pretty special.
The Wings are the second highest scoring team in the league with 255 goals, while giving up the fewest behind the league's winningest goalie in Matt Vernon.
It was an intense effort from everybody consistently every single night. We had 20 guys just rolling in the lineup, and when everybody's giving it their all every game, with as deep of a team as we have, it's going to be very, very hard to beat us.
And they're a team that knows the line between a special season and a championship one. In Scott Langer's first year, the Wings were a few wins shy of hoisting the Robertson Cup. Last year's team had the best record in the Central Division as well, only to lose on home ice in the first round.
I haven't had to really bring that up. It's kind of surfaced itself. You hear some of the leadership talk about not wanting to feel that pain that we felt at the end of last season, and we want to use that to make sure that we're well prepared going into the playoffs this year.
Because nothing carries more weight each season than playoff success. In Aberdeen, Zach Borg, KDLT Sports.
Now the playoffs begin tomorrow night with Game 1 of the best-of-5 against the Austin Bruins at the Odie in Aberdeen. Game 2 also in Aberdeen on Saturday. Series shifts to Austin for Games 3 and 4 next week. If necessary, a winner-take-all fifth game would be on Monday, April 22nd in Aberdeen. And keep in mind the Wings have won 8 out of 9 against Austin this year. Well, the Stampede have a big weekend ahead. They host Sioux City and Des Moines at the Premier Center and start the weekend tied for second place in the division. Second place at the end of the season gets a first-round bye, so there's plenty at stake.
Well, I mean, it's important because we can get a chance to get a rest and not have to play that first round. And this time of year, any rest you can get is beneficial. But if we end up third and have to play Sioux City, you know what? I think we'll be fine.
The Herd have been very good at home this year. They are 21-5-3. Well, as we told you last night, Mitchell native Macy Miller was drafted by the defending champion Seattle Storm with the 36th and final pick in the WNBA draft. I asked the South Dakota State and Summit League's all-time leading scorer if she thinks the 3 NCAA appearances and a very strong non-conference schedule will make that transition easier into professional basketball.
I think the Jackrabbits making it to the NCAA tournament helps out a lot, because a lot of those girls that we played are going to be in the WNBA. So I think that helps so much. Just like the speed of the game helps, and just the competition. Like I know I can play with those girls because we did in the NCAA tournament. I honestly was in shock when I saw my name. I hadn't received a call or anything, but when I saw my name up there, it was a great feeling, and I'm super excited to get down to Seattle in a couple weeks and just to get after it.
By the way, I had Aaron Johnston on the radio today talking all about Macy. You can listen to that interview. CallingAllSportsSD.com. Go to the website and just click the archive button. On the heels of losing their top recruit and probably David Jenkins Jr., today's news that Noah Friedel of T-Area has changed his mind and will attend South Dakota State is a big get for new head coach Eric Henderson. Friedel helped his Titans to a pair of State A titles in 3 years and almost got the hat trick. They beat top-ranked Lincoln during the year this year. Their only loss was the top-ranked team in the country, so Friedel is now a Jackrabbit instead of going to Wright State with Scott Nagy. Some bad news for former Skyforce head coach Dave Yeager, who won a title with the Force. He was let go by the Sacramento Kings today, despite the fact that his team won 39 games, the most in 13 years. Dave also was head coach in Memphis previously to his stint out west and took the Grizzlies to the playoffs 3 times. Well, it's the greatest week in golf. The Masters at Augusta. You look at the beautiful scenery there. The spring is here. And Phil playing like a young guy. Look at this shot on 16. It almost goes in. He is 5 under par, 1 shot out of the lead. Now, Brooks Koepka is tied for the lead with this guy. Bryson DeChambeau, 6 birdies in the last 7 holes, and watch this. Oh my goodness, how did that not go in? Yeah, he can't believe it. Let's quick go to that leaderboard and see that Koepka and DeChambeau have the lead. Tiger was 2 under today. He played pretty well as well. We'll be right back.